Welcome back, everyone. I am Bob Mastriani, and today we're diving into the world of real estate. Are you interested in learning about real estate investing, but not exactly sure where to start? Are you a new investor and having trouble getting over the hump of making that first deal or getting that first opportunity? Today, I want to give you some basic information to have you understand a little bit about the basics of real estate investing to help you get closer to that very first opportunity. So, the first thing we want to talk about is just an understanding of real estate and really the different types of real estate. When we talk about the different types of real estate, they fall into really four different main categories. The first category is residential real estate. Residential real estate really defines any type of real estate that is some sort of residence. Is it apartment buildings? Is it single family homes? Anywhere where people are actually living and residing. Then there's commercial real estate. Commercial real estate refers to any sort of real estate that is related to a business operation. Maybe it's a hospital or medical facility. Maybe it is a strip mall or something like that. We also have the ability to combine those two, and we have what's called mixed use. Mixed use is a combination of multiple different types of real estate and the same type of property. So think about maybe in your town, you have some properties where there might be some businesses on the first floor. Maybe there's a barber shop on the first floor or a store on the first floor and some apartments upstairs. That's referred to as mixed use. The next category we talk about is industrial real estate. And industrial real estate, if you would think of warehouses, manufacturing facilities, those type of things. And then finally, we talk about land. And land is really any undeveloped land that is being utilized for real estate investment purposes. In most cases, it's vacant land and hasn't been developed to its highest and best use. Now that we have an understanding of some of the different types of real estate, I want to talk to you about setting your goals. Before you become a real estate investor, before you can invest in any opportunity, you need to understand what your goals are and what it's going to take to succeed in those goals. So first thing is, I like to talk about two different types of real estate investment opportunities. Are you looking at short-term real estate investing opportunities, or are you looking at long-term real estate investment opportunities? And let's talk about some of the differences in those. So in short-term opportunities, generally speaking, a short-term real estate opportunity is one where you have gone full cycle. So you've purchased the property, or you've done the beginning part of the property and the end part of the property all in about a year or less. So anything that's happened in less than a year's time is considered a short-term investment opportunity. And long-term investment opportunities are anything a year or longer. And for some of them, it's just many years down the line. So let's talk about some of the differences in those. Short-term investment opportunities are things like maybe flipping houses. You're going to buy a property in a short amount of time. You're going to upgrade it, update it, bring it to its highest and best use, and then resell it. We talk about things like wholesaling. So in wholesaling, you're actually getting a property under contract and maybe assigning that contract over to someone else. So that's a very quick profit, very quick way to turn that opportunity away. And then the next is long-term goals. So what are your long-term goals? And in many cases, we talk about long-term either passive investment or long-term residual investment. And these are opportunities where you collect regular monthly income. So think about your long-term rentals, your long-term buy and holds. Even when we may be talking about land, oftentimes land is a long-term opportunity. So what are your goals? What are you looking to do? One of my recommendations is often to invest in short-term opportunities to start creating capital and start generating capital and use that capital to then invest in the long-term opportunities. And that's really how you build your wealth. Those long-term buy and hold properties are the ones that are really going to help you to build your wealth. Speaking of goals, the next thing you want to do is actually set your criteria. Define your personal criteria. What are you looking for? And this is where market research is important, okay? This is where you're going to start looking at specific locations. You're going to look at specific neighborhoods. In real estate, we talk about A type neighborhoods, B, C, and D type neighborhoods. So where do you want to invest? Are you looking for properties that are in the highest value areas? Are you looking for properties that are in medium value areas? And then what are the actual economic indicators of that area? So we're talking about potential job growth, population growth and those sort of things. You really want to become very clear about what your criteria is. I often like to say, if you say you're willing to buy anything, you'll probably buy nothing. The truth is that you really have to define your criteria. So, are you looking for some short term fix and flipped opportunities? What do they look like? Are they 3-bedroom properties? Are they single homes? Are they townhouse community properties? So, really dial in exactly what that looks like. And then you're going to want to do your market research to find where those properties are located. Now we want to talk about the financing options. What are your financing options? You know, a mentor of mine once said to me, there are really two very important things you need to keep a real estate investment business moving. You need deals and you need dollars, and you need a steady flow of both. So let's talk about the finance. Let's talk about the dollars. There are many opportunities for you to bring financing into your real estate investment opportunity, but you're going to want to define what that looks like for you. So does that look like traditional mortgages, traditional banking, maybe some 30-year mortgages, something like that? Or are you potentially looking at some of the government programs? Some of the government programs do have the ability to become really good investment opportunities. So talk about like FHA loans, VA loans, USDA loans. So does that fit your criteria? Or are you going to look at some alternative financing, maybe some private money, private lenders, hard money loans, maybe some crowdfunding? Or do you just have some money sitting aside that you're ready to invest in real estate, that you're ready to put up for this opportunity? So really want to dial in on exactly what your financing options are going to be. How are you going to fund these opportunities? And that's really going to help you to understand how much you can afford to buy. How much money do you have, or how much money are you able to finance, is going to help you understand, back to your criteria, what can you afford to purchase for your first investment opportunity. And the fifth element that we're going to talk about today is actually property type. We touched on this just a little bit in the beginning, but what are the property types, different types of properties? So there's single family properties, multifamily properties. We have condos, apartment buildings, apartment facilities. Exactly what are you looking to invest in? Some specialty properties. So are you looking specifically to invest in maybe student housing or vacation rentals? Vacation rentals are very popular these days. Those short-term rentals referred to from Airbnb or VRBO. Senior living. Are you looking for something in the commercial space, maybe office space or warehouse space? Warehouse space has been very popular lately. So really want to define exactly what your property type is that you are looking to invest in. So there we have it. Those are the first four things. This is actually part one of a two-part episode that we're going to go over some of the basics of real estate investing. But today we just focus specifically on understanding the basics, setting your goals, short-term versus long-term goals, defining your criteria. What are you going to invest in? What do those properties look like? A little bit about financing. Where are we going to get the money? And then what is the property type? Thank you so much for following along. And if you've gotten some value out of this, please subscribe and hang in for part two.